My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 300. In this lecture, I will continue my discussion on decision surfaces which are related to k nearest neighborhood algorithm. In this lecture, we will try to understand to, to get the plots. We discussed different plots till my previous lecture. This code is very simple code. Before understanding this code, I request all of you to go through my basic Python lectures. If you are aware of Python, if you are comfortable, if you learn Python programming language, you can directly go through this lecture. Otherwise, I request you to go through basics of Python programming language. If you have basics of Python programming language, understanding this particular lecture is simple and straightforward. These are the different libraries related to Python programming language. I need not repeat this one. I discussed about all these libraries in my previous lectures. If you observe carefully, just see here, I have a function called, let me say like this, I have a function called knn underscore comparison. I am defining this function. Just you know the syntax of defining a function, isn't it? What is this function? This function taking the training data. What is this data? Let me write it like this. This is training. This is training data. This is my user defined function. Take the training data, that is data, and number of nearest neighbors. What is this? This is number of nearest neighbors with default. This 15 is its default value. Your default, I am keeping default value as 15. Here is my x and y. Just if you observe carefully, x is the data points. I can say this x is data points. It's simple and straightforward. And my what is y? Y is basically class labels. Yes, these things we already discussed, these slicing sort of things in my initial lectures related to Python programming language. Here I am creating a grid. That grid I have with the grids which we have seen till my previous lecture. We have seen different grids. We worked on 9 different data sets, isn't it? I am creating a grid. Here I am literally creating a grid with each point. I told you earlier that what am I doing? Taking this map, I can say I am taking the grid here. What is the grid? I am taking, let me say, grid means like this, isn't it? What is grid? It is something like this. Grid means, I can say, this is known as grid, isn't it? This is known as grid. Here what it says, your h equal to 0.02. What does it mean? What does it mean? Grid width. I can say this is grid width. This h is, this particular grid width is 0.02, and given each my point, I am just building a k nearest neighborhood classifier. This is the core classifier. This k nearest neighborhood classifier I already discussed. It's a part of scikit-learn library. Classifier this n underscore neighbors. What is this n underscore neighbors? That is number of neighbors, isn't it? This CLF is classifier, n underscore neighbor is number of neighbors. I can say it is number of neighbors, isn't it? Number of neighbors, isn't it? Yes. This fit method also I discussed in my previous lectures. What is the use of this fit method? It fits model, isn't it? What is the functionality? It fits the model. It fits the model, isn't it? If here is a very mesh grid, this is core classifier, KNN classifier, which is predefined classifier. This is x min, x max, y min, y max. Just this, we create a mesh grid from x min y min to x max y max with 0.02 grid spaces. These are simple Python basics. Just if you have an idea on Python basics, certainly one can understand. Here you have, let me say like this, here is a very nice explanation. Let me say this 1 2 3 4, these are x values, these 4 5 6 7 are these y values. Then how can I build grid? I can build grid like this, isn't it? Can I build grid like this? Yes. This is my x-axis. Let me write like this. This is my y-axis. Yes. This is my x-axis. This is my x-axis. For every point in the grid, I need x coordinate. As well as I need y coordinate, isn't it? I need x coordinate and y coordinate. For that, I need to find what is the class label. First, I must identify a point with the help of x coordinate and y coordinate. Then I have to identify its class label. First, I need to generate the grid, isn't it? The generation is called mesh grid. Yes, I can generate the grid by using mesh grid. Very, very interesting idea. I request you to go through this particular link, Stack Overflow Mesh Grid Explanation. They gave very beautiful explanation. Maybe this lecture may not permit me to discuss that entire concept which is explained in Stack Overflow Mesh Grid Explanation. Just go to this link. There's a nice explanation. You can find a very nice explanation about this mesh grid. What it does is, if you give x value and y value, it creates a grid like this. Just see, if you give x value and y value, it creates a grid like this. Just see, it creates a grid like this. Just what is the functionality of mesh grid? If you give x value and y value, it creates a grid like this. What is your first value? Your first value is 1, 7. Second value is 2, 7. Third value 3, 7. Fourth value is 4, 7. This is literally it is creating a grid for you. For each of this grid value, you can, if you have a grid value, what you have to do? You can use as x cube. If you have a grid value, let me say if you have a grid, there is a query point x cube. We use x cube because we have to color all the points in the grids. For every value, we get x coordinate and y coordinate. We created mesh grid. For x values and y values. This is simple and straightforward. I request you to go through this Stack Overflow where they explain nicely. Even we discussed about this particular function known as Ravel function in my regular Python programming basics classes. Predict function also I discussed in my previous lectures. What is the use of this predict one? It will predict the value either 0 or 1. It will predict whether that particular point is blue point or red point. If you have a grid sort of things, let me say this is my grid. If there is a point like this, it will predict whether this point is this point belongs to red point or blue point, either 0 class or 1 class. This Ravel, just to understand about Ravel function, just go through my previous lectures on Python basis. This predict function also predict to predict label, the predict proba, those functions I discussed in my previous lectures. I request all of you to go through my previous lectures so that one can understand. It is simple and straightforward code. As I told you, I will provide this IPython notebook also. Just see this one, what it says. Just see, this is known as color mesh. This is color mesh code. It's useful for coloring according to the values. It is useful for building the decision boundary. This x lim, x max, y lim, y max, these also I already discussed. Even if you observe in our output, there is something like title k value equal to 1, k value, its number of neighbors, k value equal to 1, 15, 20, 30, 50, like that. We were getting some sort of, you are changing different k values. That's what this title indicates. Just if we worked on 9 different data sets, this mesh grid explanation is also very straightforward. As I told you, just go through that Stack Overflow link. We share this IPython notebook with you. Play around this. Change different values of k, change the values of k, understand how decision boundary is changing, how the jagged lines is changing as k value increases. As I discussed, there are 9 toy data sets. These toy data sets are extremely useful to understand the decision boundary, because this visualization is really helpful in understanding k nearest neighborhood algorithms decision boundary, because nothing beats, I can say nothing beats understanding, nothing beats understanding visually. All these lectures are related to visual representation, geometrical intuition. Just if you go through these geometric intuitions and visual representations, certainly you can understand. Just let me show IPython notebook once. This is simple IPython notebook. Just see import NumPy as NP. All these things I discussed in my Python basics classes, Matplotlib also. I have spent a lot of time. This is KNN comparison. KNN comparison function we are defining. Capital X is training data, Y is label, and H equals 0.02. That is size of grid cell size. And this neighbors dot k neighbor classifier. This is k nearest neighbor classifier, which is defined in this scikit-learn. This fit method fits the model x min x max, y min y max. This is simple and straightforward code. Anybody can understand. This grid explanation is also very simple. As I requested, please go through this Stack Overflow for understanding grid so nicely. They explain so nicely. I already discussed these data sets, ushape.csv. I also informed you to say that I will provide all these data sets as well as IPython notebook in my Google site. Just I am calling this function KNN underscore comparison with k value 1, 5, 15, 30. Of course, my default value is 15. That's what we discussed. These are the different plots for that particular data set. This is concentric circles data set. This concentric circle data set I already discussed. This again I am calling KNN underscore comparison function that with different k values 1, 5, 15, 30. These are the different plots which we discussed in our previous lectures. I explained all these things. Again, this is another concentric circles data set, concentric circle 2.csv. This also we discussed. Just I am calling the same function KNN underscore comparison with different k values. As I told you, just play around it with different k values so that you can understand decision boundaries. This is linear separable .csv file. With this file also, I already discussed this in presentation. Just go through this, just execute this code. This is outlier.csv. This one also I discussed. This is overlord.csv. Just play around these data sets. XOR.csv, which we discussed what is XOR.csv, and toSpiral.csv also I discussed. Just go through this one. This is random.csv. Just download this IPython notebook from my Google site. I will provide this IPython notebooks and datasets after 2 or 3 weeks, as I am busy with recording these lectures. After that, just download this IPython notebook and after downloading, just play around this algorithm by changing different k values, so that you will get a nice intuition on k nearest neighborhood algorithm. Thank you very much.